Well, I'll just be dog, y'all. I went over again. Okay, I promise y'all. I promise. This time, I'm going to try to keep this prediction as short and as straight to the point as possible. Okay? But if I go over again, please forgive me. I know this will be probably like my second time doing a 3-part MMA video. That just shows you how much I love MMA. But I promise, I'm gonna try to keep it simple this time. Okay? Don't hold me to it, but I'm gonna try. Okay? All right, here we go. By the way, for that last part before my video ended, I picked Marlos Kunin, 3rd round TKO, just to get that straight. Okay. All right, here we go. The main event, the grand finale. Dan Hendo Henderson, the Strikeforce light heavyweight champion, taking on Fedor Emelianenko. Okay. Now, I'm just going to make this one little point and I'm going to get on to the fight. Okay, I know what everybody's thinking, coming into this fight with Fedor. They're thinking Fedor has lost, his confidence and the motivation is not there and the will and the desire and, all that other stuff is not there. But y'all have to understand, everybody, has a season, okay? Everybody has a season to where, they succeed for so long, and then after that season is over, then, they start, to lose some. I mean, it's just something that happens, And to think about it, it's good that Fedor has these, 2 losses under his belt. It's good that he's losing. And I know, everybody's gonna probably comment on this video talking about, oh, why are you, rejoicing in somebody's failure? No, I'm not doing that at all. Hear me out, okay? Before you try to shoot the messenger, okay? What I'm saying is Fedor has been dominant for so long, okay? He had a record of, what was it, 30 or 31 and 1 for 10 years. This man did not lose for 10 whole years. And then finally, he made one mistake last year. He made one mistake, and once again, it happens to the best of them. That ego, that competitive ego, got in the way, and he got caught, and he got submitted, and therefore he lost. And that was good that he lost, because he needed to be humbled. Even though, he's not arrogant, he doesn't talk trash, he's a very classy individual, very intelligent guy, very kind, gracious man, and I love him. I love him for that. But even then, just for his sanity, just so, he can keep his feet on the ground, he needed that loss. He needed to lose in a stunning fashion so he can have the opportunity to go back and practice on that flaw that caused him to lose, and that is jumping into people's guards or trying to be over aggressive. And then after that, fast forward 2011 Strikeforce Grand Prix, he fights Antonio Silva, a much bigger man, much taller man than him. Fedor's been down that road before, and once again, the over anxiousness and the eagerness to win and to prove yourself got the best of him again, and he ended up, getting stopped for the first time in his career. Okay, that's another humbling experience. That's another loss that he needed, to motivate him to want to go back and practice on his mistakes or his mishaps or what have you. Okay, now that he's got those two humbling losses out of the way, Fedor is going to be more motivated, and he's going to be more intelligent, and he's going to be more strategic this time around. He's not going to come out the gate like a whirlwind and just basically trying to end the fight quick. He's going to take his time. He's going to open up. He's going to look for opportunities to open up, and he's going to go in for the kill. That's what I believe. That's truly what I believe. And against the guy of Dan Henderson's caliber, that's what he's going to have to do. Now, as for Dan Henderson, I hope his ego doesn't overtake him, and I hope he doesn't, underestimate Fedor either. Just because he got beat by, two good fighters, doesn't mean that this guy is a pushover. So I hope Henderson has been training hard, diligent, and seriously. I hope he doesn't take Fedor lightly, because this is a brand new fight, this is a brand new pay-per-view, and this is going to be a brand new version of Fedor that we're going to see, and I hope Hendo is prepared for that. From what I've been seeing on the internet, Fedor's been working out with world championship boxing world champions on his just strictly his boxing. Hopefully he's been working on his kickboxing skills a little bit more. Hopefully he's worked on wrestling, not sambo, but wrestling, and working on his takedowns, and improving his jiu-jitsu skills and his judo skills, and all the other talents that he possesses in mixed martial arts. And I believe he has. I really believe he has. And like I said, Hendo is going to be in for, like I said, a much more determined, much more polished, I think, and I think a much more technical, smart Fedor Emelianenko. I really think so. And I think Fedor also has been working on his conditioning. At least I hope he has. I'm praying that he has. But I think Fedor is going to be in good shape for this fight, and I think he's going to come out. Like I said, he's going to take his time. He's going to look for his opportunities, and I think he's going to go for the kill. Then again, at the same time, Henderson, he's going to pour it on him. He's going to come straight forward, and he's going to, apply that physical pressure and force on Fedor, and he's going to force Fedor to do some stuff that we've never seen him do, and we'll see how Fedor adapts to that, because we really haven't seen Fedor under any type of pressure situation. I mean, we've seen him in situations where he's nearly been defeated, and amazingly he's been able to come back and win. But I think Henderson is going to test Fedor's pressure level at a totally different rate. I believe so. Because I mean, Dan Henderson, give him credit too. He's a fairly well-rounded fighter himself. His striking has improved immensely. He's an awesome wrestler. We know that. We know Olympic pedigree, Greco-Roman pedigree, all that good stuff. So we know that Hendo's gonna bring his skills too. But this is a fight, that we'll just have to see what happens. You know. Now, with that being said, I've gone over this fight probably maybe 50 million times in my head. I've slept on it. I've thought about it. When I've had free time, and it's been back and forth. I can, I could see Henderson, landing that big right hand on Fedor, and rocking him to a certain extent, or at least making him wobble. But I just can't see Hendo putting him away, because Fedor has, a hard chin, and if Brent Rogers, who's probably one of the best strikers in Strikeforce, or should I say was one of the best strikers in Strikeforce, if he couldn't knock Fedor out, and in their fight he was on top of him, just dropping fireballs on him, just hammers. If that didn't phase Fedor, who had a broken nose, by the way, if that didn't phase Fedor, then I don't see what Hendo could possibly do. And Hendo's got some power in that right hand. And if it lands on any other ordinary man, he's going to be laid out. But, in Fedor's case, he's so hard to knock out, because he has a really stiff chin. Now, then again, on the other hand, Hendo has a very stiff chin too. So, what I basically see is this is going to be a battle. I could see it going all 3 rounds. Both guys are going to have their moments. Hendo, probably might dramatically catch Fedor, in the right place, because all it takes, no matter how stiff your chin is, all it takes is for that one punch to hit that one spot. Just that one spot. And boom. So, if Hendo can land the right hand in that one spot, right on the money, he could knock Fedor down. He could. But that could be, the same thing could be said for Henderson. Because Fedor, he's got that overhand right, or that right cross that he likes to use to put his opponents out. So we'll see. But, I could see this going all 3 rounds. It may come. I can either two. This is how I can see this fight ending. Either 2 ways. Either by split decision, or either by submission. And Hendo's only been submitted, I believe, twice in his career, and that's by Anderson Silva and Big Nog. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna pick split decision, and I'm gonna say that Fedor wins this. I think, I just feel for some reason, he's got rejuvenated, renewed determination and desire to win and to prove to everybody that it's not over, that, I'm not through. I still got a lot more to prove, and I think I still can go far in the sport. Probably not as far as I could before, but to some extent, I still got a lot more to prove, and I don't think my time has come yet. So I'm going to say Fedor by split decision. If not by split decision, I could see him possibly submitting Henderson. Possibly. Because Henderson, can scramble, and, like I said, he's so hard to get a hold of on the ground. But I'm going to give this one to Fedor, though. I'm going to say Fedor wins split decision. So that's my predictions. I think it's going to be probably one of the best shows of the year, if not the best show of the year. And I hope you all enjoy it. Send me comments, and we'll see you then. Peace.